We're in today with the FirePro W5100. This is a 2013 video card with 768 shaders. It's got 4 GB of VRAM GDDR5, 1000 MHz on the core of the video card, and 1500 MHz on the memory clock. It's got 128 bits bus width, DirectX 12 support, and we're gonna pair it up today with this AMD A10 9700. It's got 4 cores and 4 threads. Let's jump in a couple of games and see how the system with this video card is holding. Let's go. So first thing, I want to jump in Crossout. This is a very light game. It's got performance mode because the CPU and the GPU are not very known to be performance, you know, high quality performance components. The problem is I got a lot of bugs with this CPU. Seriously, the only meter I have on this computer, on this CPU, I got a percentage that is 80-90% load on the CPU, 4 cores and 4 threads. I don't have a temperature sensor. I don't know what's going on, but definitely it needs to be adjusted here. Maybe if I put hardware info, maybe I can manipulate MSI Afterburner in order to show me some more information about the CPU. But the thing is, in Crossout now, I got performance mode with 1080p, and it's very, how should I say, demanding on the GPU. You get 1.5 GB of VRAM utilization, between 60 and 100% load on the GPU, nearly 200 watts consumption from a small computer. Like dude, the computer is small. You understand? Pissing me off that I only got CPU load on this with MSI Afterburner. I don't understand why. You know, the GPU is showing me properly, you know, the load, the temperature. I put 100% fan speed. I got FPS. Everything is good with the system, you know. I can use it normally, you know. It's a very decent small computer, and I appreciate a computer like this because it has the possibility to actually make it efficient. If you're interested on playing some lighter games, it's possible with this computer. But if we're jumping in War Thunder with 1080p, let me show you what I have. I got low details here with 1080p, and this is a very interesting combination because I didn't want to put it on exactly on minimal. I wanted just a little more details in order to see if I can utilize the video card and the CPU. This is the first time I'm seeing a CPU like this. I don't know what I can expect from something like this. I have an idea what I want to do in the future with some AMD CPUs, but not a lot of things, you know. I'm not very expert with AMD, and yeah, you notice my go-to CPU is in Intel. Regardless, today it's going to be a very interesting combination because I got an AMD CPU and I got an AMD video card in an HP computer that is theoretically efficient, and yeah, I like it. Seriously, I like this idea of actually making small computers like this and trying to game on it. You know, the only regret I have in this is that I left it only with 8 GB of system RAM. That's the only problem I have. You know, you can actually see it's using 4.9 GB of system RAM. I knew it's not going to fill it up, you know, because of the CPU and the GPU performance, but the overall performance needs to be adequate, you know, in order to take out as many components that are bottlenecking. In this situation, I got the GPU, I got the CPU, I got the RAM. How many things do you think I can bottleneck? In the air, apparently you got nearly 2 GB of VRAM utilization, maximum core load on the video card, but the most important thing here is the idea of actually loading up a CPU like this with 80% load. This is the first time I'm seeing that. Every single time I'm playing with an Intel CPU is more like 10, 20, 30%, and I was like, AMD 80, do your job. No wonder they are hard, seriously. But if we're jumping in World of Tanks with this, I got some really nice performance with medium details on 1080p. This is because of the video card. On the CPU side, you can actually see that it's around 90% load, and the video card it's on maximum load too. So in this case, I will say it's an ideal performance from this combination because it's utilizing nearly 170 watts consumption. Not the best, not the worst, you know, but yeah, it's doing the job. Medium details is actually demanding, you know, for a game like this. It's actually a little demanding because it needs nearly 200 watts in order to give this performance. On medium details, World of Tanks looks like a normal game. Got like nearly 6 GB of system RAM being utilized, but I think even the system is reserving a couple of you know, hundreds, maybe 1 GB of system RAM. Ideal would be not to bottleneck the game and the performance with the system RAM, because this will be the first time I will see this. But if we're jumping in GTA 5 with this system, you're gonna see that it's working really nice. I'm actually surprised. I got 1080p normal details, DirectX 10, and yeah, I got no upscale in this situation. Feels very snappy. I like it. I've got nearly 190 watts consumption from a desktop HP, a very small form. It's not a small form factor because it's using a full-size video card inside, and yeah, I think this is a decent size amount of computer, so it can support my video card, you know. But it doesn't have the power supply, it's weak, you know, and I really appreciate the power this video card, this FirePro, it's providing in order to resurrect an old machine like this, you know. Back in the Intel side, you know, if you're interested, I think it would have been a better choice, you know, because I don't know a lot of AMD CPUs, you know, AMD A10, but it's a good thing, you know, because it is teaching me what's the difference between this one or an i7 6th 7th generation, because I seen a couple of them that has Intel CPU, and I was like, I should have been with that one instead of this one. Now the moment I see, but it's, look, 99% load on the CPU. Never seen the CPU with 100% load, but I know that GTA 5 is utilizing the computer very smooth, very, even though it's on maximum load, it feels very snappy. There's no spikes in the frames. I mean, it's pissing me off, but it's working really nice. Some games are. But if we're jumping in Fortnite with this system, you can actually see it's doing a fantastic job, and I like it. Maximum CPU load here. Got only 6 gig of system RAM being utilized in order to deliver this performance. I can say very easy on 1080p with low details. This is a very decent performance. The GPU, on the other hand, doesn't have any problems, and the VRAM, only 1.6 gig of VRAM utilized here. And based on the temperature, I would say it's not very stressed, you know. Only thing is put here on the wall is the CPU with maximum load on the CPU. Actually surprised this 4-core 4 threads is doing like this. This is a decent performance considering what I have here. I mean, this game is not very heavy on the system, you know. In some cases you can actually see that the GPU it's dropping down, and it's not being stressed, you know. I was expecting like for this amount of FPS to reach like 70 degrees or something, but it's doing okay. Based on the wattage, I will say this is not a stressed PC. No Man's Sky on 720p full screen Fidelity FX on performance. Of course with standard details. Standard details means like in GTA 5 low details, but not very low, standard, you know. You can actually see it looks okay even on 720p. It feels like a console game, but this is how you get playable FPS. Unfortunately, I cannot put it on 1080p because it will butcher the whole computer, you understand. You cannot play Starfield, you know. I tried my best. He managed to start the game. I'm not joking, managed to start the game, but it was unplayable. But this case with 720p, No Man's Sky, apparently it's doing the job. There are some spikes here and there, but I'm guessing if I increase the system RAM, I try to overclock the CPU with throttle stop, you know what it says? CPU unsupported. You know what we need to do? Jump in the ship. We need to take this ship outside the planet, and when it's transitioning, we're gonna see how much it's gonna lag. Let's see, 2.3 gig of VRAM utilization. Very surprised it's got only 64 degrees on the video card. This is it. This is the spike. Oh, look at the spike. Oh, yeah. That's it. That's the transition. All right, let's land. Let's see. Do you get any spikes? I got 80 FPS on average. Look at how clean the frame time was in space. You know, the moment I go on a planet, it'll like. I'm very fascinated about this game and the idea of you can take the ship and go on a planet and land it. Yo, 30 FPS. Big spikes. All right, let's land. It's like I meant to park it like that. Look at that. Look at it. What's this? You call this parking? Warframe 720p, low details, you know. It's doing a fantastic job. Look at this. It's got some spikes here and there, hence why I put it on 720p. The settings here for this type of games is gonna be like this, you know. I have no complaint about this computer if you put it on 720p. If you put it on 720p, you got a chance on actually playing the game, seriously. I like games that are not stressing the GPU and stressing the system itself. 6.3 gig of system RAM being utilized here. That's actually a good good performance from the computer. I think 16 gig, it doesn't help. I think an overclocking will help, but in this case there's not a lot of things you can do. In order to get more FPS, it will be ideal to overclock it, to put this CPU on a main board that is actually capable of pushing more frequency on this CPU. One game that I'm very disappointed on not working, and I was almost you know what, I wanted to cancel. You know, I wanted to just, you know what, I've been the whole thing, and I said, you know what, if you don't work in Dota, I will delete you. You understand? I mean, informat the hard drive, and that's it. Get lost. I don't care. Just if this game didn't work, I will have been very disappointed. I'm not joking. This is a very depressing performance from this system and how it's working in Dota 2. I actually thought I put 720p with lowest jitters, the game will work. I think the problem is on the system RAM. The GPU is not fully utilized. Got 1.1 gig of VRAM utilization. Only 130 watts consumption. It says it's 63-64% load on the CPU. Where's the load? 7.6 gig of system RAM being utilized. What the heck is going on, seriously, with this computer in Dota? I think this is a fantastic idea with this video card and with this HP. I like this computer because it's very small, it's very practical, it's got a lot of potential when it comes to utilizing it for low TDP consumption. When it comes to office machines and stuff that you can I shall say use every single day, it needs to have low power consumption, and I think the idea is fantastic. Now when it comes to light gaming, I think this one is still capable. I'm actually surprised it managed to stay in a couple of games with 4 cores. If this CPU had 8 threads, it would have been a fantastic CPU, but with 4 cores and 4 threads, this CPU was literally everywhere. I like the GPU, I like the idea of this small computer, but I don't really like the CPU. I don't know. That 4 core 4 threads managed to disappoint me. Very, very interesting experiment today, and this is the first time I'm seeing it, and it was very mind-opening. Regardless, if you have any suggestion in the future, leave a comment, and I will see you very soon.